a few moments. I've got to get into my human tripod mode here. Okay, great. So if you could just please introduce yourself and what company you're with.
I'm Erik Lindquvist. I'm a technical artist with Avalanche Studios.
Okay. When did you first realize that you were morphing into a technical artist from your original role, and what was that original role?
I think it was about 4 years ago, something like that. I was moved from level design actually to art, and we did a lot of scripting on the level side, and I moved over to art side, and I noticed that I could see the problems that the artist had and figure out ways that they could be more efficient in their workflow.
That's interesting. Can you provide an example from a project you worked on that required your specific skills as a technical artist to solve?
Yeah, I'd say I worked on a lot of physics games, physics destruction games, and that involves a lot of communication between art and the engine, how we set up the physics interaction for the player. And that was definitely something that fit the TA description, so that the artist didn't have to put time into doing all that, and didn't have the technical skill even to understand how to do all that. And yeah, I think that's...
Okay. Given your background, how much and what kind of self-directed learning did becoming an effective technical artist involve? So, like, kind of how did you morph yourself?
I think that's quite a lot actually, because when I started out as technical artist, there were no thing really in the industry that was technical artist. So it's a lot of learning programming on your own on the side, or scripting languages rather for the 3D applications. Trying to keep up to the current evolution, both on the art side and a bit on the engine evolution.
Okay.
So I think a lot of time has been spent in doing that, reading a lot.
Something is always evolving on one side or the other, and you have to be up on both.
Yeah, because I have to be able to answer questions both from the engine side and from the art side, basically. So.
Wow. So what types of mathematics do you regularly use in your job? Not so much courses, but like specific concepts.
Yeah, I think not that much actually.
Okay.
When you're sitting in Python, in Maya and stuff like that, because that's mainly the tools side that I'm working on. So linear algebra and stuff like that is probably the deepest you go.
Okay, vectors, normals, matrices. Okay.
Exactly.
I just lost my... There we go. Hold on. So nothing real esoteric, just sort of standard linear algebra kinds of things. Okay. So what low-level technical concepts did you have to become very comfortable with in order to be effective as being a technical artist?
I don't know if there were any, actually.
Okay, so... Okay. Then how about artistic principles that you needed to become very comfortable with in order to be an effective TA?
Yes, I think that has a lot to do with materials and stuff like that. How artists work with mock-ups and get the material feel of things, because you want to do one thing on the performance side, that's on my side basically, and they basically want to do something totally different. So I think that may be what you're after.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I asked this question. Did you come from the art or from the programming side to becoming more of a technical artist?
I actually started out as a programmer, but not in the games industry.
Okay.
And then I studied art.
Okay.
For advertising, and then I ended up in the game industry.
So you already had sort of both sides coming in. That's interesting. Okay. If there was one thing you wanted to tell, academia, like what do we need to know about being a technical artist? What would be the most important thing that you would tell us?
I think the most important thing is problem solving, analyzing workflows and how things work, being the technical artist has to be very interested in figuring out how things work behind the shell that you see, basically for be able to explain that to the artists in multiple ways, if possible. So.
Okay. Anything else that I forgot to ask you that would be like really critical for us to know? Or
no, I think just you have to have this basic understanding of the art or animation side, and you have a basic understanding of the programming side, and then as technical art is such a wide area, I think anyone who wants to work with it has to find which part of it they're interested in, because it could be like tech animation, it could be tools, or it could be pure tech art in the middle, or it's content setup, or yeah, there's so many different areas.
okay. Well, Erik, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.